What are you doing, breaking in? There's somebody sleeping in there.
I know what do you mean?
It's like vines.
Shit.
4, 3, 2,
So, haunted tours right now. I'm pulling up the numbers for haunted tours. So since we started this thing, I want to kind of show you. So when we first had it up there, we had them pay per whatever they bought. So the season, the episodes, you're not getting as many streaming minutes. Once we threw it to Prime, it just kicked right up. So we're at.
Why do you think that?
Because people want free content. They're used to free content. The good thing about Amazon Prime is you get paid per streaming minutes. And that's the biggest thing. So we're understanding that people want free content, especially TV stuff, because they're used to TV being free. How was TV paid for before? The ads, right? So we have to come up with new ways in order to get these ads or to get paid off of the content we're delivering, or make it on a budget that you can actually make profit on. And that's what we did with Haunted Tours. So we're at 2,787,317 up to date, and we just dropped it. I want to say it's been out for 2 months now. I don't know, 2 months. It's just super cool to have something that we put together.
Why do you think Haunted Tours is doing so well?
I think it's doing well because it's niched out. We got a niche, okay? We know the audience we're trying to reach, and we have a great team put in place. From the host to the investigator to the music man,
me,
to Jake Jalbert behind the camera, to Nick, to everybody involved. That was the biggest thing. I think it was putting the team in place, making it on a budget that could be affordable. Everybody's in it for the same thing. We're trying to build something here from the ground up, and versus getting paid on the front end first. We're just taking it towards the back end. That's it. So we're already planning on season 2 and where we're going to go and where we're going to shoot and how we're going to rock that shit out. So we're going to go head to, come on. We're going to head to our old house where we grew up. I love my Prius.
Why do you drive that thing?
Because it saves me on gas.
You're eco-friendly.
I'm eco-friendly. It's a hybrid, you know? You got it?
Yeah.
Live life while you can, because you only get one shot at it that we know of. So enjoy it, live it, love it. Get out there and do something. You got to go out and just make things happen every day. It's like, think of it as this. So you got a tree, right? What's the best way to chop that tree? One chop at a time. You can't take it all out at once. You got to chop at it. Just a little bit about us. We grew up in a lower middle class in the ghetto, dropped out at 15, had a broken home, just had a dream to be great and make something out of ourselves. Welcome to the chicken house. That's what we used to call this place.
Why?
We still call it that, chicken house. I don't know. I think there was like a chicken farm or chicken coop here or something like that. So this is where we grew up, guys. At least for me, for the most part. I spent a lot of my teen years here. My buddy Brandon used to live over here. We used to play basketball in the backyard, and he had a bunch of fruit trees, and we would eat like fruits and shit. And my buddy Jeff was across the road there. I remember one time, I think it was one of these houses over here. I think it was that house right there. There was a shooting, and a dude died right there. And it's crazy because the day before we were playing football out in the street with the guy, and the dude was shot up over there. Yeah, come on. Literally, the tree is formed to the house. It's a tree house. Legitly, it's a tree house.
Visitors will be shot. What are you doing, breaking in? There's somebody sleeping in there.
I know what do you mean?
It's like vines.
Huh?
I'm gonna fall through this. There's a hole right there.
Fucking mess. You filming?
Bobby.
That's
I'm
where
trying to get my settings.
that's where the bed used to be. I used to sleep there. Jake used to sleep right where he's standing. Right there. kind of show you guys. I got a phone view.
Get a phone view of it.
Right, we got cameraman on film.
Always, yo.
Snake. Right where he's standing, that's where his bed used to be.
Yep.
That's where mine used to be. And we didn't have that bathroom added on. Come on. Take you guys through a little bit. This is where we...
It looked a lot bigger when I was younger.
Yeah, it did, dude. Living room.
Maybe because I was...
Boom. I want to show you guys. We call this the closet.
I actually moved in there a couple times when I broke up with
Girlfriend?
my
A
girlfriend.
bunch of shit in here. But that's the closet, guys.
In there.
We used to sleep in it. It's like a cell or prison cell.
I mean, it's small.
Right?
It's like average person's walk-in closet. Like if you look at it. I mean, it's crazy.
Boom. That's basically it, man. This is it. This is the spot.
It's dark.
It is dark in here. The lighting's not great. Here's another room. I've spent some time in this room here a little bit.
I remember there being I think Bernie. Remember he had
The printer.
the printer. What do you print? Fake money. I didn't know what the printers were
No
for. but
comment.
now
I don't think so.
Now I think he used to print fake money or something.
No. I don't know anything about that shit. I'm just here documenting. I just wanted to kind of show you guys
I could be wrong.
kind of where we spent our teen years. Actually, we made a movie. I made a movie in this room before with my buddy Brandon.
It's like time traveler.
You remember it was like a time travel movie? We could split screen it, and then we would act like we would transport it into something. I don't know. We just were fucking around with shit. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys a little bit about where we came from, give you a little bit more background. Who is the Jalbert brothers? Who are these guys? Are they rich? Are they poor?
Oh, definitely
Are they
not
rich and poor?
Definitely not rich.
Not rich. I wouldn't say we're poor.
Richie rich.
I say we're building up right now.
Build.
It's all a build, ultimately.
Feels like a build. Feels like a very slow build.
Oh, Jesus.
Close the door, man.
It's all a build, bro. But yeah, that's where we grew up. And things like that. Just wanted to kind of show you guys. Talk a little bit, show you some stories. Who we are, what we are. So my father raised us, and when we moved from Brooksville, this is where we lived. And we lived here for a while, and then ended up getting out of here and moving up to Seminole. My mom was never really around. She still is an alcoholic. You guys will get a feel for who are the Jalbert brothers, where do they come from, what do these guys do, what is it a facade? Nah, man, it's the real deal. We're showing you where we came from, where we are. Ultimately, we want to build and be the next Warner Brothers of our time, and we want to show that journey. What's the journey, right? You know, where do people start? Nobody sees that. They always see when you're uber successful. They don't see the story behind, right? And I think ultimately that's what we're trying to show here. We want to show the story. I mean, guess the original. It's basically a original documentary behind the scenes, but we're gonna do this all the time. We're gonna document our journey, our tribes, our tribulations, our ups and downs. Still working on that studio. We'll see what happens. I think the third guy backed out, so we have just two of us right now. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. I believe it is, and either way, we're probably going to look at a couple more if it doesn't, and kind of see where we want to go with it. So I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. Keep moving, keep executing, keep making content. If I can stress one thing that has helped us is just creating the content, because we get better with everything we do. Terror Talk is a movie we're getting ready to release here in the summer. You know, the first movie we did, House Guest Massacre, in 2012. Before that, we did a bunch of shorts and like little trailer snippets in the horror genre. You guys could probably find that stuff somewhere on YouTube. But I think that's the biggest thing that helped us, is just executing and creating content and getting better and building ourselves up. That's what leads to ultimately, I think the success, and I think that's where we're heading. That's what we're trying to build. Get a fuck